All right, I had some rather high expectations for Deion Sanders in his first season with the Colorado Buffaloes, but I did not expect Colorado to come out and ball against a ranked team like TCU. But folks, that's exactly what they did, beating TCU 45-42, and for some reason, some people are still saying that Colorado is an overrated team that really just sucks. And to that I say, number one, TCU was ranked as the number 17 team in the country. Number two, TCU literally was playing for the national championship last year. Yes, they got smacked by Georgia. Yes, that game was an embarrassment. And yes, this year's TCU team is not as good as last year's team. But they're still a good football team. TCU historically is a great football program. And this year's team is no different. The fact that Colorado beat TCU is a great accomplishment. It is a great start for Deion Sanders' start to his Colorado career. He's building something very special at Colorado. I mean, to take a team that won one game last year, get 80 or so new players, and to turn them around, not really play with each other that much, really only in practice or in the spring game, for this to be their first game together, to beat a ranked team like that is incredible. It shows the grit, it shows the determination in this team, and I love it. And I cannot avoid talking about Shadeur Sanders. This kid was amazing. People have been doubting this kid since he was a freshman, saying that, oh, he's only good because of his competition that he had at Jackson State. When he gets up at Colorado, he's not going to shine. He's going to be terrible. And he's only really starting because his dad's the coach. I hope that this game at TCU put all those rumors to bed. 510 yards, a new Colorado record, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. If Shadeur keeps this up, he's going to be a Heisman candidate. You mark my words. And some people are forgetting that Shadeur literally had tons of offers from Power 5 schools. He could have played at Alabama. He could have played at Auburn. He could have played at these big schools if he wanted to. He really only chose to go to Jackson State because of his dad coaching. And I don't blame him for that. Shadeur Sanders has a bright future. I think he's looking like an NFL level quarterback. He has the abilities, he has the intangibles, he has the IQ. Speaking of a player that had a ton of offers coming out of high school, the former number 1 overall recruit, Travis Hunter. He had a great game. Over 100 yards receiving. He got an interception on the defensive side of the ball. He played both sides. He looked like that guy that Colorado can rely on both sides of the ball. He is like the total package. And he's looking like an NFL prospect, and I love to see it. I love Travis Hunter. I think he's going to have a great season, and this first game against TCU was a great start. But the star of the show, other than Shadeur Sanders, was not Travis Hunter. Instead, it was Dylan Edwards. Folks, I have never even heard of Dylan Edwards before this game versus TCU. 5 catches for 135 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looks like such an explosive player. And it is really, really cool to see how he's basically gone from a nobody to now everybody's talking about Dylan Edwards. And, I mean, I had never heard of him. If he keeps this up, who knows what will happen for him? Who knows what the future will hold for him? I mean, I don't even know what year he is. Like, I don't know if he's a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. I have no clue. All I know is that he's the real deal. He can play, and he's a great wide receiver. I give so much credit to Deion Sanders on what he's been able to put together and what I've been able to see from week 1. Now, I'm not saying that, Colorado is going to win the national championship. I'm not saying they're even going to compete for that, but I do think they'll be ranked. And they're going to have to play some tough opponents. They're going to have to play Oregon. They're going to have to play USC. They're going to have to play Utah. They have 4 more ranked opponents that they still have to play at this point. Who knows if other teams will get ranked or not. But right now, Colorado still has to play 4 more ranked teams. I think if they can sneak away with 1 or 2 of them, then this season is going to be considered a win. They already have 1 ranked win. If they can be over 500 on ranked games this season, that's going to be a massive win for the program, a massive win for the culture that Deion Sanders is building at Colorado. He is building something so special. Now, next week's going to be a cakewalk for Colorado. They have to face Nebraska. which we saw how disastrous Nebraska looked with Matt Rule at the helm of this Nebraska team. It might be 50-0. I really think Colorado is going to beat the living crap out of Nebraska, and honestly, I hope they do. That's just the Panther fan in me. I absolutely despise Matt Rule. But this is not about Matt Rule. This is about Colorado. This is about Coach Prime and his players and the amazing play that we've seen so far. And I am so excited to see what's coming in the future for Colorado. And it's going to be a fun year if they keep this up.